Hey everyone, as always, Dylan Miller Prospecting, and it's Paydirt battle time again. And this time we're going to be battling two sellers out of Nevada, NorthernNevadaGold.com and TommyKnockers.gold. Both of these are 1 gram bags, and they were ordered on the same day. So they both had the exact same set ROI on the day of purchase. And I'm going to be really curious to see which one of these comes out ahead. Let's just flash up both descriptions and go to the overhead. As you saw, the Northern Nevada Paydirt did not have a very good description. It does tell you the amount of Paydirt you will be getting, which is 1 pound, and how much gold with 1 gram. Other than that, not much information. While the TommyKnockers had a really good description, nice and detailed, but again, it is still lacking some details. But that is more based on the fact that it is a custom Paydirt, so they can't exactly tell you how difficult the Paydirt will be or the sizes of the gold, because you decide that when you fill out the questionnaire. Now, as you can see, both bags did come with some extras. TommyKnockers came with a card as well as a vial, while the Northern Nevada came with a pen. Not sure about those. We'll have to see at the end of the video if maybe that money could have been spent on a little bit more gold. Who knows? But let's weigh them both up and see if they are the 1 pound stated. The Northern Nevada Gold, 1 pound 0.05, while the TommyKnockers is 1 pound 14.7 ounces. And now let's open them both up, get rid of the tchotchkes. Let's check out the material. And again, these are both from Nevada, so I'll be curious to see how they compare look-wise. And I will rinse out the bags before the end of the video. So definitely a lot more larger material in the Northern Nevada Gold, and it does seem a lot dustier. Well, this one does have some extras added in there. Most of the material looks pretty small, other than these 2 big stones. And let's check them both, see if they have any magnetite. And the TommyKnockers has a lot. That's a lot of magnetics. And it does look heavy in black sand. Well, the Northern Nevada Gold, pretty much no magnetics. So I'll be really curious to see how both of these pan out. First, let's just go classify them down. Okay, all done classifying, and the top 4 pans are from Northern Nevada Gold, while the bottom 4 are from TommyKnockers. And as you can see, there is a vast difference in how these Paydirt stack up in classification. Northern Nevada Gold is almost all in the +10, with very little in the lower 3 classifications. It is pretty equal amounts, but just not much of it. While the TommyKnockers seems to step down with more and more material the lower you go in the classification, with the majority of it being in the -40. So this one looks pretty tough to pan out. And as you can also see, it has a lot of black sands in the -40. So I'm really curious to find out where the gold is going to be in both of these bags. I kind of expect it to be in all 4 classifications with the TommyKnockers, since there is pretty much a decent amount of material in all 4. The Northern Nevada Gold, I have no idea. I'm really hoping there's some good gold in the +10, or I'm going to be pretty disappointed because there's not much to pan out in the lower 3 classifications. If there's no gold in the +10, it could be a really disappointing bag. But the only way to find out is to pan it out. So let's listen to some music and start doing some panning. Well, finished panning out both bags of Paydirt, and I have to say they were both pretty easy to pan out. But we'll talk about that in a minute. For right now, let's show you the gold I found. In the plus 10, I found gold in both bags. So pretty excited about that, and a really big piece in the Northern Nevada bag. But I did find some pieces in the TommyKnockers as well. In the minus 10, plus 20, even more gold. Nice little piles from both of them. Not as much, obviously, in the Northern Nevada, but a really nice pile, again, in the TommyKnockers. In the minus 20, plus 40, even more gold, but only from NorthernNevadaGold. The TommyKnockers had nothing in the minus 20 plus 40 range, which I gotta say was pretty disappointing. And lastly, in the minus 40, again, even more gold, but again, also only from NorthernNevadaGold. So I did find a couple little pieces in there. And again, nothing from TommyKnockers. So let's turn on the scale, start weighing these up. I guess we'll start with the TommyKnockers first, since there's very little. And the plus 10, 0.530. And again, I am guaranteed 1 gram in both of these bags. .655. Add it all up and see. Is definitely over the gram. 1.2 grams on the dot. And now let's weigh up the Northern Nevada. Start with this big little picker here. It might even be a nugget. It's a nugget in my book. 0.760. Minus 10 plus 20. 1.65. 1.70. 0.085, and I don't think this is going to budge the scale, but we're going to try anyway. Yeah, no bueno. Let's add it all up and see what the total is. .015 grams. So we got over the 1 gram in both of them. Obviously a little bit more in the TommyKnockers, but we did get the 1 gram in both bags. Now let's talk about how difficult both of these bags of Paydirt were. Now for the NorthernNevadaGold, it did have gold in all 4 classifications, but not very much in the minus 40. It didn't even budge the scale. And while it did cloud up the water a little bit, it didn't have any black sands to make it really difficult to pan out any of the gold. While with the TommyKnockers, it had a lot of material, a lot of black sands, but it had no actual gold in any of the lower classifications. So for both bags, for a beginner panner, I'm going to give this a medium, but for an advanced or expert panner, both of these bags would be an easy. Now I will tell you, this bag from TommyKnockers, when it was ordered through my secret shopper, they requested a bag that was not too hard or not too easy, so in the medium range. And while it was a medium range for a novice panner or a beginner panner, it definitely wasn't what I would consider a medium bag. To me, I think this is an easy bag, and I think anyone who's panned out a couple bags of Paydirt, this would still be easy. Because for a medium bag, I think it really needed some gold in the minus 20 plus 40, just so you're starting to deal with some of that smaller gold. Now, let's get to the ROIs, the scores, and see who won this battle. All right, finished calculating my ROIs, writing up my reviews, and let's see who won this battle. On the left, we have NorthernNevadaGold with their 1 pound bag, guaranteed 1 gram of gold. On the right, we have TommyKnockers.gold, and again, with their 1 pound custom bag with a guaranteed 1 gram of gold. The Northern Nevada Gold cost $75 with $5 shipping for a grand total of $80. The TommyKnockers was $80 free shipping for, again, a total cost of $80. Now, the gold I recovered from Northern Nevada Gold was 1.015 grams. Gold spot on the day that it was received was $60.44, making this gold worth $61.35, making my ROI 76.69%, or on my scale, a 7.7. While over here with the TommyKnockers, I recovered 1.2 grams, and the gold spot was $58.33 when it arrived, making this gold worth $70 exactly, giving me an ROI of 87.5%, which on my scale an 8.8, and giving the win to the TommyKnockers for the higher ROI. But I am going to put a disclaimer in there. This bag of Paydirt did not ship very quickly, and you will see that later in the shipping score. And they actually said they were going to open up the bag, throw in some extras. So I don't know if this would be a typical bag with the 1.2 grams. So it might have had a higher ROI because it was a very delayed shipment on this bag of Paydirt. But because this is all I have to go with, I am going to still give the win to the TommyKnockers. Now, for fun factor for Northern Nevada Gold, I am actually going to bump it up to an 8 from its standard 7.7. When I first saw that nice nugget in there, I thought that was pretty much going to be it, and I wasn't going to find very much gold, and I didn't really technically find a lot of gold other than the nugget. I did find gold in every classification. So it was a fun bag to go through. I wish the material would have been spread out a little bit more in the classifications, so you had a little bit more to pan out. Now for the TommyKnockers, I am actually going to lower the fun factor from an 8.8 down to an 8 because I really didn't like the fact that so much of the material was in the lower classifications and zero gold. There wasn't even one speck. If there would have been a couple specks, one or two in both of those lower two classifications, I wouldn't have lowered the fun factor. And like I said, my secret shopper put in a not easy bag or a not hard bag, so a medium difficulty bag. And I think this bag was a little bit too easy. You can still have smaller gold and have an easy Paydirt. So both bags ended up with an 8 and a tie. For Paydirt description, the Northern Nevada Gold is only getting a 4. There's really not much information there other than it's a 1 pound bag with a 1 gram guarantee. So they're getting a 4. For the TommyKnockers, it is a really good description. It would be a 10 except for the fact that it's a custom bag, so they can't give you a lot of the information. I kind of wish they did actually give an explanation when you're filling out the custom form, saying that if you asked for easy, you would get gold in this classifications, and if you asked for a really hard bag, it would be all flour gold, things like that. But they're still going to get an 8 for description because it is a really good description, and also gives them the win for description. Now, for quantity and packaging, they were both the exact same. They were over the 1 pound guarantee, and they both came in a typical coffee bag, giving them both a score of 9 and a tie again. Customer service and shipping, Northern Nevada Gold is getting a 10. The customer service was excellent, and the shipping was incredibly fast. It was ordered on one day, and 3 days later, it was in the mailbox. So extremely happy with that, and a 10 score. For the TommyKnockers, their score is a little bit lower. My secret shopper had to email them when the tracking number showed the package had not moved in several days and it still hadn't been dropped off at the post office. They did reply, and as I stated earlier, state they would open the bag, throw in some extras, and then ship it. And it still took a couple days to ship after that. That's one of the reasons why their gold spot was lower than Northern Nevada Gold's. Both bags were ordered on the exact same day within a few minutes of each other, and yet price of gold dropped significantly from $60.44 when the Northern Nevada arrived to the $58.33 when the TommyKnockers arrived. So for customer service and shipping, TommyKnockers is getting a 6, 8 for customer service, and a 4 for shipping, giving both bags a total score of 7.7 for the Northern Nevada Gold and a 7.8 for the TommyKnockers, giving the win to neither one of them. I think this is a tie. Even though the TommyKnockers did slightly edge out with the ROI and the total score, I also think that is due to the fact that they might have added extra gold than what was typical of a bag because it was seriously delayed in shipping. I'm going to give them a tie. I think both bags were really fun bags to pan out. I would definitely buy both again. I have reviewed them previously and enjoyed them in all of those previous reviews. So I think either bag would be a good bag to purchase. You'll get a pretty decent ROI in the 76% and up, and I would be happy with either one of these. Now before I leave, I will show off the 2 rocks that were in the TommyKnockers. I don't know what they are. They might be opal. I'm not really too sure. Maybe someone in the comments can tell me. But that's them. Not really sure what they are, but they were added in there. And the only reason I think they might be opal is just because TommyKnockers does sell opals. I also need to give a huge shout out to 2 of my newest sponsors on my Patreon page. That's Richard Zeich, John Coelho. So thank you both very much for supporting this channel and supporting me on Patreon. And if anyone else is interested in supporting this channel, you can check me out on Patreon at patreon.com/Miller Prospecting. That's going to be it. Thanks for watching. Happy panning. And if you're not already a subscriber, think about hitting that subscribe button below.